You're listening to Power 98.5, powered by United Angels Dream, your number one resource for public relations, entertainment, and multimedia. Contact them today at unitedangelsdream.com. We don't play the social game. We are social. Power 98.5.
Hi, this is Dan Aykroyd. He's progressive. He's beautiful. He's thoughtful. He's intelligent. He's powerful. He's positive. He is Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5 Satellite Radio.
Prepare yourself.
Okay, let's go.
Empowering listeners from the US to the UK. Live on air with Stephen Cuoco.
Welcome to Live on Air with Stephen Cuoco. Mr. Nick Barrotta in the house from Tyler Perry's The Oval.
Yes. What's happening?
I'm doing awesome. What about you, my friend?
I'm feeling good. So happy to be here. I appreciate you you having me on.
Are you feeling the music? You feeling the vibe? You know we've got this.
Oh, man. I'm dancing over here a little bit. I'm rocking back and forth. I'm feeling good. These are the vibes I need. I need these vibes today. Especially
with all the East Coast rain and weather we're having out here.
Oh, man. I'm out on Long Island today, and it's a crappy day, man. Let me tell you. So I'm all for the dancing and the music. Let's keep it going.
Have you gotten your workout in today? What's your day or morning been like?
Oh yeah, got the workout in first thing this morning. It's always top of the agenda for me, and I've just been at it, taking a lot of phone calls today, doing some maintenance over here, a little bit of catch up, but it's the perfect day for that. And then I've been looking forward to this all day, so I'm glad we're finally here and doing this thing.
You've got some energy, like I can feel it through the phone. Like I've got my decaf Starbucks right here next to me, but with talking to you I feel like, damn, am I drinking caffeine or what?
Oh, see I got my caffeine Starbucks right here next to me, so that's probably why.
Do you? All right.
Yep.
Oh wow. Well listen, you can go ahead if you want to take on over the show. You're more than welcome to, because you've got some mad set skills. So
I appreciate it.
I'm going to tell you, once again, thank you everyone for tuning in Live on Air with Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5. Nick is an incredible talent, young talent that has gotten years worth of experience as a journalist. He's with Tyler Perry, The Oval. And can you share with us a little bit, Nick, exactly what your role is with The Oval, what your character's name is, and anything else that you're able to, because I know you've got another season coming out, so there's only so much we can talk about without spilling too much of the tea.
Absolutely. Well, The Oval's been such an amazing experience, being able to work not only with an incredible cast, also at Tyler Perry Studios, which I'll kind of go into a little bit more detail about what that actually means to me, being able to work at such an amazing place. But obviously working with Tyler Perry himself. I mean, he's written the show. He produces, directs, very hands-on. So it's just been an amazing experience being able to work around such an amazing team there. But my role is Alan. So my name is Alan on the show, and I am the assistant, if you will, to the chief of staff. His name is Donald on the show, played by my friend Lodrick Collins. The first season, which aired already, it did really well over on BET. I had 7 episodes on season 1, and I'm so happy to have been able to film 18 episodes going into season 2. So my character is definitely growing. There's a lot more to look forward to with Alan and his storyline. So I'm really excited for everyone to tune into season 2 and see where my character goes. But yeah, the show's been doing really well, like I said. And I'm excited to keep building off of that momentum there. And for those of you who don't know, it takes place, kind of around that first family at the White House. Tyler Perry actually has a White House replica of the actual White House. It's about 85% replica of the actual White House in DC, built on his studio. The whole show kind of follows the first family around and everybody who works at the White House home, and to all the dramas that take place not only at the White House, but also in everyone's personal lives as they leave the White House and head home to go about their personal issues and matters. So kind of has a soap opera feel, but it's exciting, and I'm excited to where the show's headed.
Is the replica the exact size as the one that's in DC, or is it smaller?
Like I said, it's about 85% is what they're telling us. I mean, pulling up to the set and seeing the White House on the lot, it looks like it's identical. I mean, from the landscape to the chandeliers, and even going inside to the bedrooms and the paintings on the wall. I mean, what Tyler Perry has done and created is remarkable. I mean, I've seen photos from the actual White House, and it is insane to see the comparison. So it's pretty spot on.
I heard from several people who attended his private open party that the compound there is insane.
Oh, I was there, Stephen. I brag about it because it was one of the coolest experiences of my life. We were able to work at the studio about a year prior to the grand, official opening. So I had spent a lot of time there prior to the grand opening and the party. But let me tell you, I've never been at a more inspiring event in my life. And I've been to many, many events over the last, several years. And this was by far the most special and the most meaningful for so many reasons.
Now, when getting around, Nick, do you have to take a golf court, or are you able to walk? Because the description that I was given and seeing some of the photos, it's like, there's no way you're going to be walking all over this compound.
Stephen, you can fit every major Hollywood studio, and I'm talking about Disney, Universal, every major Hollywood studio, and combined fit that on his lot. Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta is a 330-acre property, which includes historic districts. Obviously, the sound stages. He has 12 sound stages built there, which he actually named after many people in the industry that have inspired him over his time. So there's 12 sound stages. Will Smith soundstage, Denzel Washington, Spike Lee, Whoopi Goldberg. A lot of friends of his and people that have inspired him over his time. But it is ginormous. I mean, we have the golf carts, there are buses, it's something else. It really is special to see. And I'm just so fortunate that I've been able to spend so much time there.
Does it look like it was once a military base, or is that completely gone?
He's kept certain areas of the studio, in their original form. I mean, there are some homes there that are from when it was a military base way back when, and it adds that kind of what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, just that old school vibe there that we've been able to take advantage of filming, because there's nothing like it. I mean, some of these buildings and some of this that historic district that I mentioned, it's really special and has a lot of meaning.
To go back a little bit to get a much more better idea of your story and your background. You were born in Los Angeles. How long were you there before you end up moving to New York?
Yeah, I was born in LA. I always rep the West Coast blood in me, but I wasn't there long. I was only there about 4 or 5 years. An earthquake. My parents are originally from New York, so there was a bad earthquake. I believe it was 94, 95 that just scared my parents right back to New York. So my brothers and I were born in New York, but it didn't take much for born in LA, excuse me, but it didn't take much for us to get back to New York. So yeah, only a few years out in LA.
In your bio, what I like here, it says, in middle school, Barrotta would often set up a fake microphone and interview his friends as they were Michael Jordan Derek Jeter or others he idolized at the time. How
Yep.
did that work for you? And did it really help solidify and mold you to be who you are today?
Absolutely. I mean, I've always had the same passion for the entertainment industry. I mean, for as long as I can remember, it was always the industry I wanted to be in. I wasn't sure exactly of the angle, but I loved to listen to interviews, on the radio, on TV, and I would often tell my brothers to sit down and I would fake, kind of an interview and as if they were a popular athlete or celebrity. And I would get such a joy out of it and kind of dive into crazy questions, and they would go along with it, which was great. I owe them for that, for putting up with my craziness at the time. But, the passion's always been there. I speak often about a book report that I still have to this day from third grade. My third grade teacher had everyone go home, and the assignment was to do a book report, to write a book report about what you want to be when you grow up. Everybody came in the next week or whatever with their book report, and most of them said they want to be a firefighter, they want to be a veterinarian, and I wanted to be an actor. And my book report, and I'll send you a photo of this, Stephen, because I think you'll get a kick out of it. But
Please.
the cover of it is a collage of this, all of the big names, the Brad Pitts and Will Smiths and everybody, and the whole book report is just about how I want to make people laugh, how I want to entertain, how I want to be. I can't wait to be in a family comedy one day, and I want to play all these amazing characters. And I really hold that close to me because, again, to my point, is just I've always had that passion, and it's been that way since I can remember. So we're talking third grade. It's been a long time, but we're still at it.
You definitely are.
Yeah.
It's impressive because to look at your Instagram and your Twitter and your accounts, and even to Google you, the content and the accomplishment is not over embellished. And what I mean by over embellished is there's a flow that's happened in your life. There's no force. It's flowed in a way to where it seems like God, the universe, all the above has led you step by step to every single person you have meant to meet,
Mm-hmm.
meant to interview, where you've meant to be. The fluidity to your life and the stepping stone, the footprint of how your life has come to fruition and how it is still moving and growing. It's incredible.
I appreciate that. It means a lot because I often meet people who think that, some of my recent successes just kind of came out of nowhere. It's been a long journey for me. I'm still on this journey. But to think back, 5-10 years ago, when I would try and sneak into parties, or not even get into the party, but wait outside of a party just to meet somebody or get a photo with someone to try and follow up with, or a quick shout out, whatever it may be. I mean, I would put in a lot of time, and I still do. And I take pride in that. It's a journey, and everything I feel like is starting to finally click, but in no way, shape, or form was this kind of out of nowhere. It's been a long process, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of sweat, a lot of tears. Even as this industry it's a roller coaster, and there's a lot of ups and downs. It could be very discouraging at times, but I've weathered the storm as best as I can so far. We're making way, and we're finally, like I said, starting to put the pieces of the puzzle together, and I'm just so fortunate to be in the position I am today, because I know that the hard work pays off, and if I can inspire anybody even listening to not give up, and to keep at it. Hard work does bring great rewards, and I'll tell you, listen, there is some luck that's involved. I'll tell you that much, but I truly believe that, hard work puts you in the position where luck can find you. And I'm big on that. So I'm sorry if I'm rambling a little bit here, but I hope I got my point across, but yeah, I appreciate you saying that.
Listen, This is your time. This is your moment. You can talk for however long you want to and share. That's why we're here. So
hey, listen, I'm Italian. You don't want to give me that green, you don't want to give me that green light, because I'll keep you here till the sun rises.
Hey, if your time permits. Do you tend to talk a little bit more when you have a couple cocktails, or is it just part of your personality?
Oh no, it's just part of my personality.
Is that okay? Because I do. Listen, good set.
The type of conversation may change with a couple of cocktails in me, but I'm always talking.
Because the reason why I asked is, for me, I'm like you. Got that Italian Sicilian in me. But when I have some cocktails, I just chillax and I keep my mouth shut. So sometimes it's like I enjoy myself knowing, because as you know, we're in the industry to where we sell, we promote, we encourage, we invite, we bring and build community. So we're talkers. But it's nice to know that your balance still goes in, even if you are having a couple cocktails. So when we sit down and have some drinks, you'll be controlling the conversation, because I'm just going to chillax and enjoy my time with you.
I'll take the reins. You relax, and I got no problem. Being in the driver's seat. You got it.
I would like to play a little clip from your Twitter. This is an early birthday shout out to Real Judge Lynn. You were with Morris Chestnut. Do you remember this post?
Yep. A couple of years back, I do.
I haven't listened to it. So to everyone who's tuning in, thank you for joining Nick Barrotta, and as well as myself here on Power 98.5 Satellite Radio, live on air with Stephen Cuoco. And Nick is an incredible person, man, talent. You're going to make an phenomenal father if you were to ever decide to have children. Your spirit, everything that makes you who you are, Nick, is incredible. And I believe that you're in this position. I know for a fact of what my heart tells me, you're in this position and you're in this industry because you are a beacon of light and hope. And you are a foundation, like a cell tower. And you're going to continue to inspire a lot of people, whether you've got that Italian talk coming through, or even if you're just stationary and centered. It's absolutely beautiful.
I appreciate that, man. That really means a lot. I can't thank you enough. I don't know if I owe you some money for that love right there, but that was real, and I really appreciate that, Stephen. Thank you so much, really.
You're welcome. So we're gonna hear a little clip, and this is gonna be the first time for me as well. Nick Barrotta giving a lovely birthday shout out.
Miss Judge Lynn Toller, it's your birthday coming up, so I got a special surprise for you.
Hey Lynn, just want to say happy birthday to you. And I watch your show. I don't want to be on your show because I'll be in trouble, but I watch the show.
Hey, listen, if you go to hall pass, it's for this guy right here. We know it. Miss Judge Lynn Toller, it's your birthday coming up, so I got a special surprise for you.
Bring us up to date here on this, because to be quite honest, I knew nothing. I knew your role as a journalist, but I knew nothing about you with divorce court.
Yeah, so divorce court actually played such an important role in my career. I mean, and it still does to this day. I mean, I had 2 amazing seasons on divorce court with Judge Lynn Toller, whose actually birthday just passed. So I'm happy you played that. I'll have to send her that again. It reminds me that's one of her favorite guys out there. She always says if she had a hall pass with her husband, who we also love, it would be Morris Chestnut. So I was very excited to give her that shout out there when I ran into him. But yeah, divorce court actually was we filmed that at Tyler Perry Studios as well, and that ultimately led me to introduce Tyler Perry, who obviously now is a mentor to me and the most incredible boss I could have. But divorce court was amazing. I was the bailiff on the show, which is hysterical, really. When you watch some of these clips, it was so funny. But I learned so much on the show. Judge Lynn Toller is such an amazing woman. She's brilliant, and to be able to work alongside her was great. And it was such an amazing experience. So I played the bailiff, and I was also the court reporter. So I would ask, some of those funny questions after the verdicts and with the litigants. How do you feel? what's going through your mind? What's your take on what happened? And it was just a lot of fun. And I met some incredible people along the way. And Judge Lynn Toller is such a good friend of mine now, and I can't thank her enough for that experience. But yeah, 2 incredible seasons with her on Divorce Court. We filmed at Tyler Perry Studios. I truly believe I got the role on Divorce Court to meet Tyler Perry. We spoke briefly a few minutes back about, how kind of the universe works in some interesting ways. And I think that was a great example of the universe putting that work in. So I had a great time on the show. It means a lot to me, my time with Judge Lynn, and hopefully Judge Lynn and I can team up and work on something else in the near future.
Are you still called the Bailiff, BEA?
I am. More than I like to be. It's funny. I can't tell you all the DMs I get and a lot of messages, and it's so funny. I don't even know where that came from, honestly. Judge Lynn often would appear on Wendy Williams, and I think that's kind of where it started. And then before you know it, Entertainment Tonight and a couple of different outlets referred to me as the Bailiff, and then we just ran with it. We ran with it, and it was a lot of fun. And I take as a compliment, so I appreciate that. I guess that's something I should be proud to own. So why not?
Did Tyler Perry call you Bay? Bailiff? No.
Listen, he's thrown that in there once or twice.
Did he?
He gets a kick out of that too. It is kind of funny to think about. But yeah, we had fun with the show. I mean, what was amazing was I joined Judge Lynn Toller and Divorce Court as they were kind of in a transition phase. It was their first season down in Atlanta. They redid the whole set to make it kind of this game show environment. Judge Lynn, she took off that your classic judge robe, and she put on this nice dress, and I was in the slim fit suit. So we kind of had an interesting approach to what people are used to in court television. And we had fun with it. So I think the Bailiff, that whole thing kind of came along with all those changes. And like I said, we just ran with it.
Speaking of Divorce Court.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now, so we're going to do a little skit here.
Uh-oh.
His court is in session. I hope you love this.
All right, let's do it.
Mr. Nick Barrotta, we would like to find out from you, guilty or not guilty, because there are some questions that need to be answered. All right, so where do I begin? Because I had a lot here. I'm like, all right, I want to get the top 5 if I can.
Oh, the suspense is killing me. Let's hear him.
Please. Will you go without telling someone they have food in their teeth? Guilty or not guilty? You're guilty?
I am. It depends on how close we are, because I don't like to make others feel uncomfortable. So if it was just me and that person talking, I would just let them keep going. If other people though were in the conversation and it would ultimately be embarrassing for these people, or this person rather, I would tell them. So kind of a sort of the in between there.
You will go wearing skinny jeans 2 days in a row, or you would wear baggy jeans over skinny jeans?
Skinny jeans.
Skinny jeans 2 days in a row, or you change your jeans out every time?
I have several in rotation, but I'm definitely guilty of wearing jeans back to back for sure.
Okay. Will you let someone get away with making a mess in your home without requiring them to pick up after themselves?
Depends on what kind of mess we're talking here, but I definitely would encourage everyone to be respectful and clean up after themselves. I'm not anybody's maid here.
I get it.
You like how I'm taking the safe approach here?
Absolutely. People, let me tell you something. When you come to my home, people are like, Don't ask anymore, do I take my shoes off? I've been told that my home is cleaner than a museum. So
I love it. I got a little OCD in me, so I could definitely I can relate to you there.
Oh, it works, especially when traveling. Don't you find a little bit OCD when coming back? You drove yourself so nuts that you're not feeling nuts when you walk back in your home?
Oh, coming back to a squeaky clean home is big in my book.
Facts. Will you leave Christmas decorations up a month after the holiday is over?
A month max.
You will?
A month max. Not ideally, but I've been guilty of dragging my feet a little bit. I'm big with Christmas. I love the Christmas spirit. So I'll hold on to that for as long as I can until it gets a little weird. But Christmas is the one holiday that I'll drag my feet a bit. I don't mind being stuck in that spirit for a little extra time.
You surprised me on that one.
But listen, I'm not leaving any sort of Halloween decorations out for more than a day later. Not Thanksgiving turkeys, no Easter bunnies. Again, Christmas and some of those decorations can hang out a bit with me for a little while after.
Wow, I'm impressed. I don't get shocked often, but that really surprised. It's not bad, but I would think with the OCD and how you sit the same as myself with coming back home and having a house like squeaky clean, I wouldn't have thought Christmas decorations.
Hey, I'm the type of guy also that will listen to Christmas music in the middle of July. So me and Christmas have an interesting relationship.
Oh, I've already got it playing on Alexa from time to time. I already started.
There you go. There it is.
All right. Will you share your dessert with someone you love?
Yes. Guilty.
Are you a serious person on and off camera?
No, I'm definitely laid back. Open-minded. I like to have fun and let loose. So, I'm serious when I'm supposed to be, but I'd much rather, let my hair down and be as chill as I can be for most of the time.
Last question. Guilty or not guilty? Do you find it incredibly hard to be so adorable that women cannot refuse to either wink at you or to look at you and smile?
Do I find it what, Steven? Tell me again.
Are you guilty or not guilty? Do you find it incredibly difficult to not be so adorable that women will not wink or smile at you? Do you find it? Are you guilty or not guilty of being so adorable?
Hey, I got to go guilty with that one, right? I'm the bailiff.
Yeah, you are. Yes, you are.
No, but listen, I really appreciate all of the love, and I don't take anything for granted, and the compliments I get, I'm so appreciative of them. So I don't, I'm not a cocky guy walking around, but listen, I got to walk around and I got to own that bailiff, that title, right?
You sure do, and I have to spill the tea on this, and thank you for the guilty or not guilty court in session with you. That was absolutely fun. You've got a lot of fans out there that are foot happy. They love your feet. Are you aware of this?
I have gotten some very strange requests. I've seen some followers create some interesting collages of my feet. Hey, if that's your thing, I'm not mad at you, but I don't know. I can't get behind it. I'm not sure. Listen, I don't know, man. I'm looking at my feet right now. I don't know.
I have to tell you why is because there is a page dedicated to you, and it's Weaky Feet Men, and there's photos of you. Yes, Weaky Feet Men. Men.wikifeet.com. facebook.com/Nick_Barrotta. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 photos there. And units, tens, hundreds, thousands, 100,000. If I'm reading this correctly, that's how I count. If I'm going on the way these numbers look, no lie, we're talking over, unless they're the numbers of the photos, obviously, like, I think they're the numbers, like 50 million, but I'm like, are they likes? But I see like it ending in 90, 91, 92, but yeah, 2, 4, 6, 7 photos of you with your feet out. And I'm thinking, oh shit.
Man, I have not seen that. But to all my foot fans out there, hey, I appreciate you. I appreciate you all, man.
Keep those. Do you get pedicures?
Thank you, Phil. Every now and again I do. You know, every now and again you got to clean the puppies up.
Well, now that we know what's going on here, you really are now put to the challenge of keeping those feet pristine, because your feet can end up, and the photo of your feet can end up on Wiki Feet Men here. Man,
yeah, the pressure's on now. I definitely got to keep an eye on these bad boys.
And it says right here under the Wiki Feet Men, the collaborative celebrity feet website.
So funny. Oh man, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Wow.
I had to go there. I had to touch on that.
Hey, I'm flattered, guys. Anybody out there listening that's into my feet, like I said, I appreciate you. To all my foot fans, thank you.
Now that we've got the court in session is now closing, I would like to end by playing a little clip here.
Let's do it.
Where is it here? Hold on. Here we go. Boom. Boom. Let's get it set.
I'm not making you sweat, am I?
No.
Just I like you guys. I want to hang out with you two later. So what advice are you guys going to walk away with today after hearing the advice from the judge?
Do you want to talk about makeup, Nick?
No, not at all.
My husband will not talk to me.
Well, I wish you luck.
Thank you.
Likewise.
Mr. Nick Barrotta.
That's so funny. You know, you're making me. I'm gonna have to send Judge Lynn a text after you and I wrap up here. You're making me miss her a little bit, hearing her voice there.
Take it as a sign. Do it. You're meant to.
Yeah. Absolutely. Now, divorce court, I mean, it really, again, just meant so much to me, and gave me such a platform to take advantage of. And to be completely honest with you, Stephen, I wasn't sure if it was even the right gig for me. At first I was hesitant to even move forward with the audition process because I didn't know if that was, the right fit for me. But once I got down to Atlanta and I met Judge Lynn, and I kind of was able to meet a lot of the other crew members and people working on the set, it was no question that was a place for me to kind of let my personality kind of be heard a bit, and I'm so happy I went forward and teamed up with Judge Lynn, because again, the platform was incredible, and it put me in such a position to continue to rise. So I'm forever grateful for Judge Lynn and that opportunity, and I hope there's a lot more to look forward to with Judge Lynn Tola, because she's one of a kind, and it was such an amazing experience working alongside her.
Can you tell us a little bit about Nikki B TV? Is that still going?
Hey, see, you did your homework, Stephen.
Yes, I did.
It was just recently that I changed my Instagram handle over from Nikki B TV to Nick Barrotta, which that was hard for me to do, because Nikki B TV and that kind of stage name, if you will, means a lot to me. I created that when I was in college and a broadcast journalism major. Being at Hofstra University on Long Island is where I got my degree from. Being so close to Manhattan, I was able to take full advantage of everything that the city had to offer. So I created this interview series with a lot of athletes I had some connections to, and I befriended a lot of publicists and people that would allow me to get into some of these media events. So Nikki B TV kind of just became that blog, name of the interview series, whatever you want to call it, but just kind of that title where I would just kind of push out content, some skits, these one-on-one interviews, some event coverage, and it was a big part of my journey, thinking back to the start of that. And Nikki B TV is people still call me that. A lot of friends, a lot of people still refer to me as it. So I'm happy it stuck.
It's really good. I'm impressed by the way you've really taken ownership of your identity and channeled it in a way to where you've got full 1 trillion% creative direction here, and the production, it's really good.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and I take pride in all that. You and I spoke briefly before going live here, but I've never even had representation. Everything I've done really up until today has been on my own, just through personal relationships and connections I've made over time. So, I take great pride in kind of owning everything and have been able to pave this way on my own. Obviously there's been a lot of help along the way, but a priority for me right now is to lock in some representation, kind of build a concrete team around me to continue to elevate, especially while I have some of this momentum with the Oval and some of these other things I'm working on. But yeah, I mean, the fact that I've been able to kind of do what I do and for as long as I have been doing it on my own, has meant a lot to me, and has kind of, gave me a lot of strength to continue to move forward as confidently as I do.
Do you remember your little clip here with Kelly Rowland that you have here?
I do. Yeah. I remember all those interviews. You're going to play that?
Let's play it.
What's up, guys? It's Nikki B. We are here at the Gansevoort Park Hotel in New York City, hanging out with Dreft and the beautiful Grammy Award-winning Kelly Rowland. Let's go check it out. Big weekend coming up. It's not only your first Mother's Day as a mom, but it's also your wedding anniversary on Saturday.
Yes,
right?
yes.
I did my research. I know.
Yes, you did.
So what do you have planned for this weekend?
I'm actually going to be out of town.
Ooh.
I know. I'm going to be out of town. I'm going to be in Australia. I have a date in Australia that I cannot miss, that I'm excited about as well. And when I get back, me and my husband are going to celebrate. He's actually whisking me away somewhere beautiful.
Okay, very romantic.
That's great. You're probably looking at a young Nikki B right there. No facial hair, oversized button down, no swag. But he got in the room. He got next to Kelly Rowland, and he got a couple minutes with her, and that meant the world to me at the time. And it's kind of it's so funny to even listen back to that now, because I kind of can put myself into that body, that mind of that guy that I just heard, and you know what, man, he'd be really proud of what he's turned into today. So that means a lot. I hold on to those clips. I look back at them often, and you got to embrace the chase.
You still look the same. Fashion's on point. You do. Fashion's on point. It's timeless. It's really, really good. I really hope you are proud of yourself. I heard that. I just would like to offer acknowledgement that whether you acknowledge it or not verbally, that you feel it inside, because you really are here without a mistake. There is no mistake for every finite step you've taken in life and everything that's been brought to you.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'd like to think there's been no mistakes. There's definitely been a lot of rejection. There's been a lot of no's. There's been a lot of detours. And one thing I'll say is, with Instagram and all the social media today, it's hard to really tap into the negative, right? It's hard to tap into some of the failures, because Instagram and all the social media, they highlight the wins. So, for anybody listening and anybody that thinks that it's been such a smooth ride for me, it hasn't. And for most people, in my position, and those on a whole nother level, even the Tyler Perrys, they'll tell you about all the struggles and all the rocky roads and the difficult times that go into this journey and these dreams. So, I appreciate you saying that. But I have no regrets. But I don't want to, act like I'm sitting here and it's been such a smooth ride, because it hasn't. And, but that's what makes me who I am. And that's what makes, all of the other amazing people I've been able to work with, who they are. And those people like Tyler Perry and Judge Lynn Toler and all these other I've gotten to work with that have been in this game so much longer than I have, that have been able to accomplish so much more. Everybody's got their struggles, and it's just important to stay at it and fight through it and never give up.
What would be your words of encouragement to anyone who wants to be a journalist and get into the field that you're in?
Well, just that. Don't give up. And thinking back to my, quote unquote, Nikki B TV days, take risks, go out there and create your own stories, go out there and do man on the street interviews. Now, I mean, even since I started, things have changed. Now with TikTok and all these platforms, I mean, you have so many tools and social media channels you can take advantage of. So just work hard, pump out as much content as you can, stay consistent, and don't give up. Don't give up. It's a tough industry. It's very cutthroat. There are only so many spots out there, but it's doable, and your goals are attainable. They're not as crazy as a lot of people think. So just stay at it. Take advantage of these platforms. Don't give up, and just keep working. Keep working.
Anyone you'd like to give a shout out to, Nick?
Let's see. I'm gonna give a shout out to my parents and my brothers while I'm here. My family. Listen, I'm Italian. I'm a big family guy. My family behind me throughout my whole journey so far has meant everything to me. It's important to have a strong foundation. So all my family and friends, to have that support from them means everything. And then while I'm here and while we started with the Oval, I'll kind of bring it back full circle. Tyler Perry, just what I've been able to learn from him has been amazing. So I appreciate everything he's done for me and the opportunities he's given, as well as Judge Lynn. But if I could sit back and shout out every single person that stuck with me, we'd be here a long time, Stephen. But there's been many people that I wish I could name right now, because there's been a lot of people in my corner I'm so appreciative for.
Where can everyone find you, and when will it's BET 9 p.m. Is that still going to be for second season?
We don't know just yet. We're waiting on the premiere date for season 2, so that definitely can change. I'll be sure to keep you posted on that. But as far as my Instagram and social goes, I'm still Nikki B TV on Twitter, and on Instagram I'm Nick Barrotta. You can find me there, and I love to meet new people on Instagram and Twitter and connect with as many people as I can. So you could definitely find me there.
Thank you, Nick, for joining us today. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in live on air with Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5. Mr. Nick Barrotta.
I appreciate it, Stephen. That was a lot of fun. Thank you for having me on, and I look forward to doing this again.
Thank you, Nick.
I see you guys.
Friend us on your socials and let's connect.